My friends, today I want to share with you a truth so powerful that once you experience it, your life will never be the same. This is not just another idea, not just another method. It is a complete shift in your being. It is the doorway to everything you have ever desired. And once you step through, you will never look at the world the same way again. There is a state of mind, a state of consciousness that changes everything. A state where struggle disappears, where effort fades, and where things begin to move in your favor, seemingly without explanation. It is the state where you become the master of your reality rather than a victim of your circumstances. This is the state that few enter, but those who do, they never go back to their old ways. What is this state? It is the state of absolute conviction, the unshakable knowing that what you desire is already yours. Not hoping, not wishing, not waiting, but knowing. The moment you enter this state, the external world begins to reshape itself to match your inner certainty. People, events, and opportunities start aligning as if they were always meant to be there. The world does not change, first you do. And when you do, reality has no choice but to follow. Think about the moments in your life when you were absolutely certain about something. Maybe it was a goal, a dream, or a decision that you knew deep in your soul was already done. In those moments, didn't everything seem to align effortlessly? That is the power of this state. It is the state where doubt dissolves and faith becomes a living force. You don't need to fight to make things happen in this state. Things happen for you. You don't need to chase, you attract. You don't need to question, you simply expect. The universe, life, or whatever you believe in, starts responding in ways you never imagined. Doors that were once locked swing open. People who once ignored you take notice. Situations that once felt impossible shift in your favor. But here's the secret: this state is not outside of you. It is not something you find, it is something you become. And the way to enter it is simple. Assume the feeling of already having what you desire. Walk, talk, breathe, and think as if your dream is already a reality. Feel it so deeply that there is no space for doubt. When you do this, reality bends to match your conviction. Most people live in a state of waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. But those who transform their lives don't wait, they step into the version of themselves that already has it. And the moment they do, the shift begins. So I challenge you today, into this state once, and you will see. Once you step into this version of yourself, nothing will stay the same. Your mind will never return to doubt, your spirit will never return to lack, and your life will never return to the ordinary. Because once you realize that you are the creator, nothing in this world can ever hold you back again. The world around you is not fixed. It is fluid, shaped by the energy you carry within. Every thought, belief, and emotion creates ripples that influence your external reality. When you shift your inner state, the reflection in the mirror of life changes instantly. Many people try to change the outside first, working harder, struggling, and forcing outcomes. But the truth is, external changes are merely a byproduct of internal transformation. When you decide to step into a new state of being, the world adjusts to match you. It may seem like magic, but it is simply the law of life. The moment you embrace the feeling of your desires being fulfilled, everything begins to move in alignment. People show up, opportunities appear, and situations shift. The reason most struggle is that they wait for proof before believing. But when you become the proof, reality has no choice but to reflect it. There is a fundamental difference between wanting something and knowing it is yours. Wanting implies lack, a feeling that something is missing from your life. This energy keeps you in a state of waiting, always reaching, but never arriving. However, when you shift into a state of knowing, everything changes. Knowing means you no longer question or doubt. It is already done in your mind. This level of certainty alters your energy field, making you a magnet for your desires. The universe does not respond to weak wishes. It responds to unwavering conviction. When you hold this belief with full certainty, reality bends to match your inner state. People often say, "I'll believe it when I see it," but the truth is, you will see it because you believe it. The shift must happen inside first. The evidence follows afterward. When you enter this state of knowing, manifestation becomes effortless. Most people operate from a mindset of waiting for the right time, waiting for opportunities, waiting for proof. This waiting keeps them stuck in a cycle of delay and frustration. The moment you shift from waiting to being, the doors start opening. The key is to assume the feeling of already having what you desire. If you want wealth, feel wealthy now. If you want love, embody love now. The world mirrors back whatever energy you put out. It does not give you what you want, it gives you what you are. The biggest shift happens when you stop placing your happiness in the future and start living as if your desires are already here. This is not pretending, it is stepping into the reality of what is already yours. Once you do this, everything accelerates and life starts working in your favor. Enter this state once, and you will never go back to waiting again. The mind is the architect of your destiny, shaping the world you experience. Most people allow circumstances to dictate their state of mind, reacting to life instead of creating it. But when you realize that your inner world determines your outer reality, everything shifts. If you consistently focus on problems, you will attract more problems. If you dwell in lack, you will continue to experience lack. However, when you choose to enter a state of abundance, success, or joy, the world reflects it back to you. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs act as a blueprint, constructing the life you live. The mistake people make is trying to change external circumstances without first shifting their internal state. The moment you align your inner world with the reality you desire, the outer world catches up. You are not a victim of life, you are the creator of it. Step into this awareness and nothing will stay the same. Doubt is the silent force that delays your manifestations, keeping you stuck in a cycle of hesitation. The reason many struggle to create change is that they hold on to doubt while trying to believe. These opposing energies cancel each other out, leading to frustration. However, the moment you replace doubt with unwavering faith, the floodgates open. Faith is not hoping, it is knowing. It is the deep inner conviction that what you desire is already yours, regardless of appearances. When you carry this energy, life bends in your favor. People and circumstances begin to align effortlessly. The key is to fully commit to your new state of being. There is no room for second guessing. You must become the version of yourself that already has what you want. When doubt disappears, manifestation accelerates. Enter this state once and you will never let doubt control your life again. Your energy is your greatest currency, determining what you attract into your life. Every thought and emotion carries a vibration, shaping your experiences. Many people unknowingly emit signals of lack, frustration, or fear, and then wonder why life reflects those same emotions back to them. The key to transformation is shifting your energy first. When you step into the frequency of success, abundance, or love, those things naturally find their way to you. You do not need to chase force or struggle. You simply need to become a match for what you seek. The mistake most make is believing they must first get something before they can feel it. But the truth is, you must feel it first, and then it comes. The universe responds to the energy of certainty. The moment you align with the vibration of your desires, life moves in ways you never imagined. Enter this state once, and you will never struggle to attract what you want. The world does not give you what you desire, it gives you what you expect. Expectation is the hidden force behind every manifestation. When you expect difficulty, you experience difficulty. When you expect ease, things flow effortlessly. This is why people who consistently win in life are not lucky. They expect success as a natural state of being. When you shift your expectations, you shift your reality. The key is to embody the feeling of already having what you want. If you expect wealth, act and think like someone who is already wealthy. If you expect love, carry yourself as someone who is deeply loved. The universe mirrors back whatever expectations you hold with certainty. Doubt weakens expectation, but gratitude strengthens it. The moment you step into the energy of certainty, life begins to conform to your expectations. Enter this state once, and you will never doubt your power about. Many people believe they must work harder, struggle more, or fight against circumstances to change their lives. But true transformation happens effortlessly when you shift your inner state. Struggle is a sign that you are operating from the wrong energy. When you align with your desires internally, external resistance disappears. Life does not have to be difficult. It only feels that way when you are out of sync with your true power. The secret is to stop pushing and start allowing. Instead of chasing, step into the version of yourself that already has what you want. This shift changes everything because when you are in alignment, things begin to happen naturally. Hard work has its place, but without the right energy, it leads to exhaustion instead of results. Enter this state once, and you will realize that success is not about struggle, it is about flow. Most people try to control life by forcing things into place, believing that effort alone creates change. But effort without alignment leads to frustration. The moment you enter a state of absolute belief, everything starts falling into place effortlessly. You do not need to manipulate circumstances, you need to align with them. When you step into the version of yourself that already has what you want, life becomes a series of synchronistic events. Things you once struggled to achieve happen with ease. This does not mean you stop taking action, it means your actions are guided by certainty rather than desperation. The difference between struggle and success is the energy behind your efforts. When you shift into this state, work becomes effortless, relationships flourish, and opportunities appear naturally. Enter this state once, and you will never try to force life again. The moment you experience this shift, everything changes: your thoughts, emotions, and even the way people respond to you. The world no longer feels like something happening to you, but something happening through you. You realize that nothing outside of you has power over your destiny. You are not here to hope for a better life, you are here to create it. The power has always been within you, waiting for you to claim it. The key is to step into this state fully, without hesitation. Once you enter it, the old way of thinking disappears. You no longer live in fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Instead, you walk with confidence, knowing that everything you desire is already on its way. Enter this state once, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever stay the same. The world responds to what you embody, not what you merely wish for. Many people spend their lives hoping for change, but never shift their internal state. This is why they remain stuck, seeing the same patterns over and over again. But the moment you step into the version of yourself that already has what you desire, life begins to reflect it back. It is not about pretending, it is about being. When you walk, talk, and think like the person who has already succeeded, you naturally attract the experiences that match that energy. There is no force, no struggle, just alignment. People will notice a change in you, though they may not be able to explain why. Opportunities that once seemed impossible will appear effortlessly. The shift is not external, it is internal. Enter this state once, and you will never need to chase anything again. The most powerful force in your life is the belief that your success is inevitable. Most people allow doubt to creep in, weakening their ability to manifest what they truly desire. But when you hold an unwavering belief that what you want is already yours, the world bends in your favor. This is not about arrogance, it is about certainty. When you live with the inner conviction that everything is working out for you, obstacles dissolve. The universe does not operate on chance, it operates on alignment. The only thing that delays your manifestations is your own uncertainty. When you remove hesitation and stand firm in your belief, life accelerates. Things that once took years can happen in days. The external world is just a reflection of your inner certainty. Enter this state once and you will never live in doubt again. Most people believe they need to see results before they can believe in their success. This is why they remain stuck, constantly waiting for proof before committing fully. But the truth is, belief must come first, and results follow. The world mirrors what you hold to be true inside. If you hesitate, life hesitates. If you move with certainty, life moves with you. Every great achievement begins with someone who believed in it before there was any evidence. This is not wishful thinking, it is a law of creation. When you step into the feeling of already having what you desire, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match. You will not need to force things to happen, they will unfold effortlessly. Enter this state once and you will never need external validation again. Fear and uncertainty are the biggest barriers between you and the life you desire. Most people let fear dictate their decisions, keeping them trapped in the same cycle of mediocrity. But the moment you step into a state of absolute confidence, fear loses its grip on you. Confidence is not about arrogance, it is about trust. When you trust that what you want is already on its way, fear disappears. The world responds to confidence with open doors and new opportunities. People are drawn to those who move with certainty. Life itself seems to cooperate with those who expect success. You do not need to push through fear. You need to step beyond it. The moment you do, you realize fear was only an illusion, a false barrier keeping you from your true potential. Enter this state once, and you will never let fear control your destiny again. The secret to effortless manifestation is realizing that you do not need to get anything, you only need to become it. Many people spend their lives chasing after things, believing that happiness, success, or love is something to be acquired. But the truth is, these things are not outside of you, they are states of being. When you embody the energy of what you desire, it naturally comes to you. It is not about effort, it is about alignment. You do not need to force wealth into your life. You need to step into the version of yourself that already feels wealthy. You do not need to search for love. You need to become love. The world mirrors your internal state perfectly. Change your state, and everything else follows. Enter this state once, and you will never chase after anything again. When you enter a state of certainty, people, events, and opportunities start aligning as if by magic. Those who have mastered this understand that life is not happening randomly. Every encounter, every situation, every result is a response to the energy you hold within. The mistake most people make is trying to change things externally without first shifting internally. But once you step into the version of yourself that has already succeeded, the outer world begins to mirror that identity. People sense your energy before you even speak. The right connections seem to show up at the right time. The path that once felt blocked suddenly clears. It is not luck, it is a shift in frequency. When you radiate certainty, life responds accordingly. Enter this state once and you will never question how the universe works again. Many believe that hard work alone is the key to success, but effort without alignment only leads to exhaustion. True success comes when effort is combined with the right state of being. When you enter a state of flow, work becomes effortless, creativity flourishes, and results come with ease. The most successful people are not necessarily the ones who work the hardest. They are the ones who operate from a place of internal alignment. Their energy is in sync with their desires, so things unfold naturally. They do not force opportunities, they attract them. They do not struggle, they expect success. When you move from struggle to flow, everything changes. The stress disappears and the results multiply. Enter this state once, and you will never confuse effort with true power again. Your world is simply a mirror of your most dominant thoughts and emotions. Whatever you consistently hold in your mind, life reflects back to you. If you expect obstacles, they will appear. If you expect opportunities, they will show up. The key to changing your life is changing what you expect. When you step into a state of certainty, life organizes itself to match that energy. You no longer need to hope for good things to happen, you assume they will. This shift in expectation changes everything. People treat you differently. Money flows with ease. Success becomes your new normal. It is not because the world has changed, it is because you have changed. Enter this state once, and you will never leave your destiny to chance again. The final realization is that once you enter this state, you can never go back to the way things were. The old way of thinking no longer makes sense. You see through the illusion of struggle and recognize your own power. You no longer beg life for what you want, you command it. This does not mean forcing things into existence. It means expecting them as a natural part of your journey. Once you understand this, every doubt, fear, and hesitation disappears. You move through life with certainty, knowing that whatever you desire is already on its way. There is no need to second guess or seek validation. You are the creator of your reality, and nothing can take that power away from you. Enter this state once, and you will never see the world the same way again.